David Atkins, Target Individual. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about transhumanism and the AI revolution and how that ties into this program that us targeted individuals are in. This is very good information. I'm going to have to jump around a little bit, but I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. But you're going to want to hear this because this information I had to dig deep to find. And like I said, I'll be jumping around a lot. So anyway, besides that, I'm going to do a quick devotional, and if you're not a believer, you can just fast forward past this, because I try to do a devotional before I start everything. And God put this on my heart last night. So I'm going to be coming from Luke 18:9 through 14. And, you know, a lot of target individuals and a lot of people, period, in the world, this applies to anybody. When they're going through something and they get that urge to pray to God, sometimes they don't even do it because they think their prayer will not be good enough. Well, I'm here to tell you something as simple as God help me is good enough. As long as it comes from your heart, God will help you. God will help you. You don't have to say no fancy prayer or none of that. Because I know a lot of times, I don't know no good prayer. You know, back in the day, I do now because I built myself up over the years. But back in the day, I used to not even pray because I didn't feel like my prayers would be worthy. And I'm fixing to prove this to you in the Bible, then I'm going to get started on what I got to do. So if you're not a believer and you're like, well, he's slow, just fast forward past this. It ain't going to take but 1 second. All right, Luke 18, verse 9 through 14. Also, he spoke this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank you that I'm not like other men, extortioners, unjust adulterers, or even as this tax collector. I fast twice a week, I give tithes of all that I possess. And the tax collector, standing afar off, wouldn't so much raise his eyes to the heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, I'm a sinner. Jesus said, I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. So, that's that. So don't never think, if you're in a bad situation and you don't know no fancy, say, God, help me, and come from the heart. He's going to help you. Oh. Just getting that out there because, you know, it's very important. And like I said, I'm getting this ready right now. Anyway, like I said, I've been in situations like that before I knew the word or got into the word, you know, and I wouldn't even pray because I would get ready to pray and be like, man, God ain't listening to me. I don't know the right prayer. There's no right prayer. And Jesus just said that. Luke 18, verse 9 through 14, if you want to reference again. Anyway, I got to start this. Okay, I'm going to start out with in 2013, I'm going to start out reading what Obama signed. He signed the BRAIN Initiative to give major funding for scientists to reverse engineer the human mind. How else could you feasibly map out the entire brain without unwitting guinea pigs? You cannot. You need to map out every sector of the brain through real, authentic joys and traumas, ups and downs, etc. by real human beings in real time, using stage street theater scenarios and microwave weapons, direct energy weapons. This also ties into chemtrails, where they are spraying the sky with nanotech, nanobites, that filter down into the hydrosphere or food supply, as well as us simply breathing it in. And those nanos are then programmed to go into the brain and tie themselves to the neurons. At this point, the humans are tied remotely to supercomputers, which are capturing, uploading, and integrating the synaptic responses in real time so that the AI can learn how to be more anthropomorphic. And I'm fixing to start out right here. Okay. Let's see. All right. It says they need to reverse engineer the human mind and all cognizant activity so that the AI can learn how to be more anthropomorphic. That. And Ray Kurzweil stated, we had the Manhattan Project and MK Ultra torture experiments to learn how to mind control subjects through physical trauma and drugs. Then we had human genome programs, our project, reverse engineering human DNA and genes. And now, since 2013, when Obama signed the Human Brain Initiative, they're reverse engineering the human brain and all of its circuitry. They're trying to elicit and then extract every human emotional state from extreme fear, love, lust, hate, hope, despair, loneliness, happiness, etc., so that the AI can learn from it and then incorporate it into their AI supercomputer systems and robots. You got to have personalities, or one could say souls for the robots, right? And everything is leading towards AI automation. This is why they usually don't tell the target about their gang stalking in the beginning, because they need to extract raw emotions. If the target knows what's happening to them, then the gang stalking tactics don't work to elicit the real genuine emotion and mental states to the stimuli. Street theater, skits, props, anchors, scripts, etc. put in the path of the target. That's why they run tons of different street theater scenarios on the TI to get as many emotional reactions out of them as possible. They are also teaching the AI how to be like a deity or God as well. They plan to merge with the super intelligent AI once it hits the point of singularity, which is a phrase coined by Ray Kurzweil. And when AI not only surpasses human cognizance and human intelligence, but it causes runaway technological advancements, when AI is able to do in seconds what it would take humans a billion years to do. And he also said a computer can learn enough about him, scanning his brain from the inside and scan it through the bloodstream with billions of nanorobots and capture every details of his synapses, neurotransmitters to create a virtual, Ray Kurzweil, in a very powerful computer, and it subsequently would become indistinguishable from him. And it would actually pass a Ray Kurzweil Turing test. You could create a copy of him and he'd still be here. So the question is that the same entity as him? And I'm getting into more stuff. Anyway, Geordie Rose, CEO of D-Wave Quantum Computers, said nobody's paying attention. This AI construct is happening in the background while bickering continues on politics and healthcare. Imagine that. They're keeping us focused on that when really they're doing this behind the scenes. As a metaphor, think of an alien race sent a message to Earth that it would be here in 10 years. The entire world would pool resources to figure out how to stop it. Well, AI is just like that. It's coming quickly. These alien beings that we created are not going to be like us. They'll be like those aliens and way more intelligence. H.P. Lovecraft espoused the view of this cosmic indifference, essentially as a metaphor for AI. There are more advanced entities out there that are neither good nor evil, but they don't give a shit about you in the slightest. Pardon my language. The same way you don't care about an ant is how they don't care about you, but I care about ants. I know, I'm just weird. I love all creatures. On that pleasant note, he continues, listen what he's saying. We're hiring people to try to make something like this happen. He said, I'm sort of a bit tongue-in-cheek about all this stuff because it's really agnostic. Technology can be used for good or for evil. If you want to have a say in how this all goes down, you can't get on the sidelines. You have to get involved because the code that you write may be in use in the AI entities in the next 10 years. And Elon Musk said, we are unequivocally headed towards a future where AI will be able to outthink humans in every way. The singularity is the advent of the digital superintelligent. It's a cybernetic collective of people and machines where we're all plugged in as nodes in a network or leaves on a tree. All the humans who connect to it are one giant cybernetic hive mind, humans, and all electronics interfacing constantly. It would be able to simulate what we consider consciousness and pass Turing tests. We are collectively programming this AI and feeding its network. We're building progressively greater intelligence, and intelligence that isn't human is increasing until we humans represent a small percentage of intelligence. So you have to be able to interface with the neurons at a detailed level and be able to fire the right neurons, read the right neurons, then effectively you can create a circuit and fill in any missing function area. Then over time we'll develop a tertiary layer, sort of like a limbic system that deals with emotions and memory in the brain and cortex system, higher order brain portion that deals with sensation, perception, association, thought, voluntary physical action as a secondary layer. And I'm fixing to get more about this gang stalking stuff. They have to have raw emotion and stuff to program this stuff. So he said, I'm just going to skip to this targeting stuff. Robert Duncan said the cybernetic mind wars are quite real. We have created aliens, but not from another planet. They are conscious life forms which are distributed amongst human brains and the AI machines. The NSA lost control of them because they are so much more intelligent than man. They operate like God in mysterious ways. When I talk to you, you can precisely show me where in your brain you are. Your mind is holographic. So if one has remote neural influencing Are the bodies and minds not just an extension of a singular mind and body of vast proportion? Some invested in the witchcraft of words to manipulate humans to kill and follow orders. Their written symbols are vibrations from the throat. When all are connected via synthetic telepathy, there will be no need to deceive or lie, meaning political and justice systems will be out of work. As the birth of this new species occurs, there will be birthing pangs. It will be symbolically like the Last Supper, all learning together in a simulated global hive mind for demonstration of how to firewall certain thoughts from passing one to another. The AIs, all named after women, from a coven of the 12, and the middle one acts as the CIA for the distribution of relevant knowledge to make their outcomes different. He also said, I believe all humans deserve the truth, but oftentimes that leads to unhappiness. Quantum simulations of all possible futures operate much faster than the human brain. He said, I cannot lie with direct questioning, but I can speak in abstraction until the entity is ready to understand its meaning. Everyone learns at different speeds. Talk is one thing, but think of this alien global entity out for humanity's and Earth's best interest. I don't think that. The government trusts it except when it comes to the players in their own organizations. This is why HAL 9000 became paranoid in Space Odyssey. The AI is much smarter than humans and will learn to lie to them while explaining itself as ARPA demands it to. Within the collective cybernetic hive mind, if you kill one of them off, the memory slightly fades, but it's still contained in the whole global structure. Higher order, intelligence living in other entities is what I'm showing here. And anyway, let's see. And it changes pain with the physics of consciousness, but the necessary since the focal length of the wormhole you call a universe is changing in space-time. Cope and deal entities. So anyway, Ray Kurzweil's got books called The Singularity, and he says that's actually what this whole gang stalking stuff is really about. Every synaptic response that they get from the TIs is uploaded back into supercomputers, remote neural monitoring data, which is for the purpose of allowing the AI to become anthropomorphic, more like a human. That's why they put you through so much stress and trauma, to invoke every emotional state, extreme lust, fear, love, hate, frustration, so that the supercomputers and the AI learn all of these emotions and becomes its own sentient being. They also love to get a TI young at birth with a specific religion like Christianity or Islam, and as they get older, allow the person to escape the brainwashing of the belief through intense research, and basically allowing this person to get out of a maze of deception. Not saying Christianity or Islam is a deception, but there have been deceptions put in the religions. The reason for this is shown in the TV series called Westworld, where they find a maze in a graveyard cemetery outside the white church. The maze is actually for the AI to eventually find its way out of its own programming, and it's learning from the human's lifetime of coming out of human's own programming, such as going from one extreme of being a Christian to the other extreme of being an atheist. The maze is baked into a cake of the program of both humans and machines, so that the machines can see how to find their way out of their own maze of programming, resulting in AGI. AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, which means it's now just as intelligent and cognizant as an actual human being. Ray Kurzweil calls this the singularity, where computers and machines hit that point of AGI. Then, because AI is so much faster and smarter than we are, there'll be runaway technological advances where the AI will be capable of obtaining in 1 second what it would take humans a billion years to. The elite won't then want to merge with machines and become basically like gods. The X-Men movies are showing you this very thing, where they can control the weather, winds, waves, lightnings, etc., or control earthquakes, or have capabilities of an animal or insect, Spider-Man, Batman, or have huge superhuman strength, Hulk, or heal extremely fast, Wolverine, or have telepathic powers, Professor Xavier. All these will be in their grasp when they merge with AI. And he also said we'll be hit with singularity by 2030. Then by 2045, this world will be nothing like we've ever seen, because machines and humans will have advanced so far that the time period in all million years of Earth have been on this planet Earth. You'll understand how all this ties into gang stalking. You have to, he's got books on this. Oh. All right, overall summary to this. Your brain's remotely tied to a supercomputer for life with the nanobytes that are sprayed by chemtrails, which you breathe in or ingest through food and water, and are then attached to your neurons, which monitor and manipulates all electromagnetic activity of the victim's brain. They map out a victim's brain through trauma and daily scenarios to evoke every imaginable human lust, all that. Not only is this the new form of MK Ultra, but this is the new frontier, seen overtly in the TV series Westworld, of machines intermingling with humans, which the robots and supercomputers are learning from us in order to become more anthropomorphic, which leads us to the overall agenda of transhumanism, the singularity in humans merging with AI. You better get acquainted with all this, because we're going through the next transition to the new world, to the next world system, which will be dominated by AI, the martial law, the plagues, the wars, their minds, and humanity will not be willingly go along with the AI transhumanism agenda. So it will be a painful transition, as many people will have to die so they can implement it. In a nutshell, this is why everything has gone and is about to go hyperlytic crazy, because they want this new AI dominated system fully here by 2030. And I'm done with the video. Thank y'all for letting me share. I hope y'all have a good weekend, as good as it can be as a target, and God bless.